Alright, I'm gonna call some people out because I can't take this bullshit no more. So as you know, in my previous story, I worked at Starbucks for about 10 months. The job was actually not too bad. Reasonable pay. Gave me a lot of chances to, train and stuff, but with ADHD and me being terrible at memorizing drinks, the job wasn't for me, which is one of the reasons why I ended up quitting. Also, one of the main reasons I also ended up quitting is I didn't like working there. Most of the people I did not click with. Starbucks, that I didn't know, is a liberal company. Now I'm a Christian conservative, and I didn't click with a lot of people because of their views and their lifestyle and their politics, but politics was never really brought up much, and I'm a quiet, chill person, and I don't mind working with people with different politics and stuff. The problem I have is people being a fucking bitch about it, and most of the people I didn't click with, only a very few people, but all of them, those people I clicked with were all left or moved back to a different place. And there are these two women in particular that gave me a hard fucking time. I don't know why. Never talked about politics. Was always trying to be nice, always trying to be professional on the job. And for some reason, these two bitches did not like me. I literally didn't do anything to them, never provoked them in any way. In fact, I just tried to keep my distance because they didn't like me for whatever reason. And I personally think they just either, one, saw me as a person that was just trying to do my job and just keep quiet to myself most of the time, and saw it as a way to get their anger and frustration out on me because of their personal fucking issues, their daddy issues, their boyfriend issues. I don't fucking know, but they look like the fucking type having those. And the stereotypical type of woman there that literally one of those bitches were talking about openly sucking dick on the floor, saying I got daddy issues and stuff. Like, nobody wants to fucking hear that shit. Like, you don't gotta take your fucking anger out on every single person just because you had a terrible life. I have a shitty life, probably worse. Like, I'm in a shitty position in my life, and I don't see. Do you see me taking my anger out on frustration? Oh, I'm doing terrible in class. Oh, I'm 25 years old. I still live with my parents. Oh, I'm in debt. Yeah, no, you don't see me fucking complaining. I'm working my ass off doing other things with my life, and you don't see me bitching. Like, seriously, I literally had no fucking idea Starbucks was filled with a bunch of drama, raging women. Most of them were raging bitches. Only a few people were super nice and compassionate, and I'll give them that. But most of you women that work at Starbucks are straight up fucking bitches and whores and fucking drama queens, bro. Literally, you do not want to work in Starbucks being the only guy there on the floor with everyone else female. Most of the females was drama. It was a pain in the ass. This is the reason, guys, I am single. I prefer to stay single, and I have a drama-free life. Fully single, focus on myself, focus on the grind. I'm late in the game. I'm still in college, but trying to work my way up, work out, do MMA training when I can. Still eating like crap from time to time, but can't help it sometimes. I'm a human being at the end of the fucking day. But holy crap, man. Working there was a fucking nightmare a lot of the times. And I'm gonna name these two women out publicly, bro, because I'm sick and tired of this bullshit. I don't give a fuck as a manager. I love my manager. My manager is great. My new one, previous one was even better. Or both of them were better, I'll be honest, and were pretty chill with me. But even though they talk about, holy crap, man, I was just so close to losing my mind. I've lost my temper just a couple times there, but that was it. Like, I was on the verge of cussing back, or even on the verge of storming out, but it never happened. But two women, Jessi, Avery. Jessi, now, I don't know what I did to piss her off. Never did anything. I think there was only one time that pissed her off. I was getting to know everyone around the workplace because I like to talk to people here and there sometimes, get to know everyone, even people I don't click with. I try to get along with them and stuff for the most part. I really don't know why anyone would have a problem with me. The reason I'm like this bitchy kind of male Karen that it kind of looks like, I'm giving this perceivance just because of all this built-in anger I've had working there and stuff. So I'm expressing with my freedom of speech how I feel working there. And I'm never like this. I've only like this now after putting up with this crap that I don't work there anymore, but I thought I should share this. So I was getting to know everyone, getting to know Jessi, just talking, and I was asking where she's from, her actual background. She got offended by that. Typical liberals. And she was like, and the reason I know she's liberal is the stereotype is true. And I was on her page briefly before blocking her, and she said, oh, I hate Trump. Trump is a bad person. Hey, no judgment. I don't care if you're a liberal. I don't care if you're gay. I am accepting of all people. I just don't agree with the politics. That's the only difference, all right? And I was only patient for a lot of the time because I'm a former liberal. I was a liberal atheist. I voted for Joe Biden. I thought Trump was a racist and all that bullshit. And it's not true. I fell for the mainstream media and the indoctrination of the left. So with all that being said, I put up with it and was being patient because I was on their side years ago, and I had some sort of empathy and patience to a certain degree. So basically, I was getting to know her. She got offended by it, and she's like, oh, I said, oh, I didn't know you were Hispanic. And she looked at me like, you didn't think I was Hispanic? What made you think that? And it was awkward silence. I wasn't seeing that question. That question came out of nowhere. This was 3 weeks in working here. I'm like, oh, fuck, okay. So heat of the moment, I didn't know what else to say. I don't want there to be awkward silence. And I just said, oh, sorry, I just didn't know you don't look Hispanic. And she said, that's very rude. I don't appreciate it. I'm like, sorry, that was not my intention. Said it out loud. I just didn't know that. Apologizing. And then my previous manager, who also happens to be Hispanic, Puerto Rican, she's like, listen, we've been getting some complaints that you've been asking inappropriate questions. I'm like, what the fuck? And she's like, you've been talking about people, asking about people's race and stuff. And I said, listen, this is just how I grew up. This is how, you know, people are direct. I don't know if it's a cultural thing or or non-American thing or not, but just asking. I literally, like, I only was, like, had some sort of empathy and patience with her because being a liberal, I was emotional and stuff, and now I'm not like that anymore. Like, people ask me if I'm black. Yeah, I look fucking black sometimes. A lot of people have asked me that. In fact, so many people thought I was black, I automatically got the N-word pass up until my early 20s. So, I mean, before I was like super offended. Hey, that's racist. Racist. But no, I have thick skin now, gradually over the years and stuff. But yeah, and she was basically like, look, I understand where you're coming from. I'm Hispanic. We're very unfiltered and asked direct questions. I'm like, okay, and Jay said, just be mindful next time. So thank God she didn't give me a fucking, like, a warning or a written note or something, because a lot of liberal places now, knowing this, they'll literally give you warning slips or have you written down, like, simply asking those questions or misgendering someone. Like, the fucking world we live in now. But thank God that didn't happen. She liked me, and I also speak Spanish too, so I guess she liked me because of that. Yo sé algo español. Estoy no fluido en español todavía, pero estoy aprendiendo español todos los días cuando tiene tiempo. So yeah. No. Other examples of Jessi, she would basically be rude and sarcastic. She was actually rude to some other coworkers from time to time. I even had one other coworker that I'll actually keep private, in respect of her, because I'm chill with her, said that she was also rude to me and stuff, and was a straight up bitch is what she said, because she actually is kind of a bitch for no fucking reason. And then yeah, every interaction I had was negative. She was being super rude, not like as hostile as the other woman, Avery, that I'll get to soon. And basically she was like, oh, do you know what half and half is? Half and half is cream. I'm like, bitch, I fucking know that. And I'm just being quiet, bro. Like, I was just being quiet, just trying to not say anything because I don't want there to be issues. And she's like, this is what half and half cream is on the fucking, like, she didn't actually say that, but on like the screen and stuff when I'm punching the orders. And another example, she was saying I have to label the cups. I'm like, bitch, I'm doing that. In my mind, I'm like, I'm doing that. It's not like it's my third fucking day. I've been working for like 4 months already at this point. And basically, I'm like, okay, I'll do it, even though I was already doing it. And she did things like the example of those, like, on and off for like 4 or 5 months. I'm like, bro, I gotta keep putting up with this bitch. And one day, I kind of lost it. She asked, I was working with her on the floor, and basically she was like, Kevin, those cups are for, very sarcastically and rude, Kevin, those cups are for the drive-through, and it says DT on it. So I knew that, and I was like, oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And I just told in a monotone voice, not rude or sassy, just a monotone voice. I was basically like, yeah, I'm aware, I can see it on the screen. And she's like, you don't gotta give me attitude about it. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And I lost it, bro. Thank God I didn't fall on rage, because I wanted to just say, here, shut the fuck up, bitch. I know what I'm doing, but I didn't. I ended up keeping my cool, kind of lost it, finished taking the customer's order, giving their drink, and then she said this over like the fucking speaker, and this was in the morning, so only like 2 or 3 people were on the floor, thank God. And I was about to, I kind of hesitated. I was trying to say, look who's talking, and I said, look who's, and then the shift leader at the time cut me off and said, no, cut it out, both of you. And then I was just super enraged and kept my cool as much as I did, and I'm just focusing on the next customer, and he goes to talk to her in the back to give her a talk and stuff. I personally think she needs to get some beatings, because she probably didn't get enough beatings as a child. Oh wait, never mind, I take that back. She didn't have a father in her life, and she had daddy issues. So of course, she ends up like that. But anyway, he basically had a talk with her, and when I'm taking other customers' orders, I'm looking in the corner of my fucking eye, and she's having a full-down mental psychotic breakdown, like she's on her fucking period, and tears are going down her face slightly. I can see like the mascara coming off her fucking eye slightly, and her literally, like, I'm looking in the corner of my fucking eye while taking the person's order, and this is what I see. Like that. I'm like, bitch, all I was about to say was, look who's talking, and she had a full-on mental breakdown. Bro, I don't know what went wrong in her life, but she definitely needs fucking therapy and Jesus, bro. Like, Jesus Christ, holy fuck. Like, I get it, you got daddy issues, you probably took a lot of dick in your life, but doesn't mean you gotta take your frustrations out on fucking me. What did I do? Like, do I remind you of a fucking toxic ex-boyfriend or something? Like, what the fuck, man? Holy crap. Okay. End up talking, and then I had to talk to the shift leader. I'm like, this is the person that's been giving me problems. I mentioned it beforehand, but I just simply want to go to work and then just do my job and then come back home, because I didn't even click with that many people. So talked to him, says, like, we already talked. I already talked to her and stuff, and she did things like this, like, on and off. And at this point, I was just trying to avoid her and then the other bitch I'm gonna get to in a moment. So yeah, that's pretty much all she did. So I just tried to avoid her. For some reason, she was a little bit more nice than usual in my last month there. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Kind of a raging bitch, but not as bitchy and more of a fucking Karen than the other girl. Now this is the second girl, Avery. I have a nickname for her, and I came with myself. I didn't tell her that. She probably would have a fucking mental breakdown, worse than her. But my nickname for her was Starbucks Harley Quinn. She looked like Harley Quinn, and she has the personality of Harley Quinn. Her personality was obnoxious, loud as fuck. Like, her laughter, like, so fucking loud and artificial. Like, it's a fucking fake laughter. I can read through you. I can see through you. Not literally. That's Okay, you get my fucking point, whoever's gonna watch this in the future. But anyway, she was like super loud, obnoxious, nice with everyone, and bubbly with everyone else. But for some fucking reason, with me, I don't know why. I didn't do anything to her. In fact, she's probably the person I've talked to the least on the floor. The only time I've ever talked to her is when I was briefly getting to know her the first or second interaction, but that was about it. And then I only talked to her when I had questions or I had to interact with her, but I would literally avoid that bitch like altogether as much as I could unless I had to talk to her regarding the work. But basically, she got so mad at me over the smallest shit. Like, one example is she got mad at me because I got the order wrong, and it was not even that bad, to be honest. Like, a customer wanted an iced coffee with 3 Splendas, I put 2, and she had a full-on mental breakdown. And like with everyone, she's like, yeah, oh girl, yeah, I like your makeup, and it was me. When she sees me, she's like, you know, you're supposed to be putting two Splendas. Make sure you get that right. Like, really rude. Like, literally, she's all laughing, bubbly, and it was me. A resting bitch face. Like, this was her. And every time she looked at me and interacted with me, she had a grin on her face. She looked like she was about to fucking explode, and her eyes were about to pop out of her fucking head, bro. Holy fucking shit. And I barely even spoke a word to her. And another example is where I was doing the food, like, microwaving it. Sorry, what the fuck? Microwave? No. Heat it up. We don't have a fucking microwave at Starbucks. That would be a ripoff for the customers. But you know what's funny? Before I get to the other points, I have ADHD, I had behavioral issues, and I was diagnosed with schizophrenia. And I have more emotional control than those 2 bitches, bro, combined. Like, holy fucking shit. They don't even have any mental disabilities. Maybe they have fucking trauma, no daddy issues, no father in their life. I wouldn't be surprised if the second bitch didn't have a father in life. And probably a bunch of fucking boyfriend issues, getting fucked by so many guys, guy by guy, and now they're all fucked up. Hey, sorry, if you don't believe me, I don't give a fuck, bro. Like, holy fucking shit. Hey, do what you want in free time. I ain't judging, but bro, I just can't put up with people like this. And then one time when I was heating the food, correct myself, I was cleaning like the counter because it was dirty. I leave the rag on the side to get the food out of the oven, and not even 5 seconds later, this bitch comes storming in like she's fucking the queen of Karens of all the Karens, and she's like, you know, you shouldn't be putting the towel down. You need to be mindful. And I'm like, oh fuck, this bitch again. Like, I left it for like 5 fucking seconds, like big deal. Left for 5 fucking seconds so I can take the food out of the fucking oven, and she has a full-on mental breakdown and look at me grinning and getting mad at me. Understand, bro? I don't even recall if I did something to Jessi or that other bitch Avery, Starbucks Harley Quinn. Bro, I would be kind of understandable, but I never did shit to them, bro. Oh my god. Yeah, anyway, what happened was, she had that breakdown again, and I was like, okay. And then finally, what really crossed the line, so these are just examples of what fucking Starbucks Harley Quinn or that fuck was doing. And she did this kind of on and off for like 3-4 weeks, when I came back from vacation and was not feeling well and stuff. And I came back, and finally, this was the last straw for me. She got mad at me because I punched an order wrong. So we have this thing called cold foam, and normally it comes with coffee or like a other drink, or by default one drink. This customer wanted it just the foam alone, and I just thought it was a foam, but you have to punch in a certain way with milk and stuff, and I didn't know that, and I punched it in, and I kid you not, she had the worst fucking mental breakdown I've ever seen. Like, she got mad as if I called her a bitch. No, that's not even a good comparison. She got mad as if it was like a girlfriend that I cheated on and bragged about it. Like, that's how fucking mad she was, bro. Like, holy fucking shit. And basically, she came storming up to me like fucking Walmart Karen and was like scolding me. Sorry, I'm like talking so much, so I'm like running out of fucking breath, so excuse me, guys, whoever watches this in the future. And if any of these bitches are fucking watching this, hey, fuck you guys. I never did shit to you, and I hope you find Jesus and you commit to him, because you need Jesus in your life. You need more Jesus, less dick, and less daddy issues, but you can't really do shit about that. Oh my god, I need a break. But yeah, she came storming at me, and she like scolding me, not only in front of the coworkers, she scolded me in front of like 15 different customers. And this was during the time of lunch, like a lunch rush. So this was like the worst fucking time ever. And basically, she's like scolding me saying, Kevin, you cannot do this. This is not okay. And she's grinning at me as if she's like some angry mom that I like fucking disobeyed by taking a cookie out of the fucking cookie jar without her permission. And basically, she pretty much got mad at me, scolded me in front of everyone. People were seeing it. I was fucking humiliated and embarrassed. I was like so enraged. Like, bro, I tell you, women like Avery, bro, didn't get enough beatings as a child. I'll tell you that for sure. I didn't have a father in life, to be honest. Oh my god, I'm sorry to be going on a fucking roast battle here, but holy crap, this is like 10 months of bullshit I had to put up with all in this video, so I'm expressing my frustrations, so excuse me. Oh my god, you guys entitled to your opinion. You can like me, you can hate me, I don't give a fuck. You're entitled to your own opinion, freedom of speech. So basically, I'm like, okay, you know what, I've had enough, and I will go to the shift lead at the time, and I tell her, we need to talk. I can't keep working right now. I need to talk. She's like, can you wait for some time? I'll come help you out, and stuff like that. And I go to talk to her outside. I'm like, yo, this Avery bitch, I didn't actually say that, but I said this Avery person is literally being so fucking hostile and rude to me for no reason. She's getting mad over the drop of a hat at me specifically for whatever the fuck reason. I don't know why that is, fully. And she's like, yeah, I've also noticed that too. She was being very hostile. I'll talk to her, and then they'll get the manager involved and stuff. And she ended up being talked to. I don't know what happened afterwards, because by the time they talked, I already quit. But yeah, that was my experience. And just to make some honorable mentions, only like 2 people there I clicked with, pretty chill. Like I said, went to other places or moved. And then there was this one specific female shift. I won't mention names for privacy reason. I'm only calling out the haters, but she was super nice, extremely, like, one of the most nicest managers I've had. Out of all the jobs I've had, she was the most nicest manager. She was like, I low-key would consider her a friend. Like, she was amazing, super nice, always have a smile on her face. Anyone that ends up watching this fucking video from my Starbucks or recognizes me, I think you know who I'm talking to. But she's an absolute phenomenal hard worker. Worked there for 14 years. Absolutely loves customers, nice to them, nice to her employees, everything. And she just has the sweetest smile that just brightens your day. And no, I don't sound like I'm in love, nigga. All my niggas watching this and all my friends and homies, no. She's just a friend. She has a fucking boyfriend. I see her as a great friend, like in an alternate universe, I'll be friends with her. She's totally great, very nice, and she brightens up the room. And man, why does it fucking, sorry, it sounds like I'm giving a fucking obituary. I don't fucking know, bro, but my mind's all over the fucking place, bro. My mind is scattered, bro. Haven't been on my meds for a while, but hey, I'm still more mentally stable than those fucking 2 bitches. But yeah, anyway, what I was gonna say was that she's just a great person overall, and I personally think she needs to get a raise. I don't know why she's working paycheck to paycheck, but she definitely needs to get a raise, and hopefully she doesn't work there forever and she, be successful in life. The other women, on the other hand, definitely need Jesus. That's all I can say. More Jesus, less dick. Oh god, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be roasting, but I just kind of fucking pissed off, feeling humorous and fucking unfiltered at this point. But yeah, so if they end up watching the video, try to be a good example for other people. Don't be such a bitch for no fucking reason. Don't take your frustration down on anyone. You can talk about your feelings. You can do all this stuff in a better way. Be a good example, like the store manager we have that always works very hard, like herself, working all the time, being nice, doing her job well. Not saying you're not doing your job well other than the behavioral part, but yeah, try to be a good example. That's all I gotta say. Anyway, that's my story on why I quit Starbucks. And also, that was the main reason. But the other main reason, I just also didn't like it there, and making drinks wasn't for me. Literally had a knowledge check, like a test skill check, and there was like 10 drinks, I believe, that were the most popular. I got 3 of them right out of 10. And there's so many fucking things to memorize, bro. Like, it's already hard enough as it is. Imagine doing that with ADHD and schizophrenia, bro. Like, holy fuck. Like, damn. Oh, also, by the way, I didn't sleep for like the whole fucking night. I have sleep issues, so I'm kind of a bit moody and bitchy, but like probably on the very low end, like from 1 to 10, how bitchy I am. Probably like a 2 right now, just with all this fucking sleep issues and just putting up with all this crap that I literally quit my job like 2 weeks ago, so it hasn't been that long. But the bitchiness from both of them for no fucking reason, oh my goodness, bro. Like, I'll say, I'm gonna be honest, like a 20 out of 10. Yeah. But yeah, that's my story. Hope you guys get something from the story. You enjoy it. Be respectful about it, because I wouldn't be mad for no fucking reason like those 2 bitches. And yeah, feel free to say what you want. Let me know what your thoughts. And yeah, that's about it. Anyway, you guys take care. Peace out.
Alright, so here's an update. By the way, I reached out to her. I was kind of pissed off still, because literally, as I mentioned before, I didn't do shit. And I already explained it. I don't need to explain it, but yeah, I reached out to her and then blocked her. Low-key kind of pissed. Can you blame me? And then the other bitch, things kind of died down toward the end of me working there, so there's no point reaching out. And then also have a couple of screenshots from people that also mentioned that they noticed that they're being hostile and rude to me, those like bitches, and said that for whatever reason they didn't like you as much as you are a chill person. So I'll show that in the next clip.
Avery, I don't know what the fuck your problem is, but I literally did nothing to you, and you treated me like absolute garbage for weeks on end for no reason when I was just trying to do my job. You have a short temper of a 3-year-old and got enraged at me every chance you had. You should be ashamed of yourself, and I hope you learn from your mistakes after getting talked to. Be a better example and a good coworker like Haley. You're the worst coworker I've ever worked with in my life, and had coworkers say the N-word to me in the past in other jobs, and you're by far the worst coworker out of them all. Learn from your mistakes and try to be less of a demonic bitch on the floor. I don't know what went wrong in your life, but I hope everything at home is okay. By the looks of it, your father clearly failed his job raising you. Also had other coworkers and shift leads confirm and see you've been hostile towards me, by the way, so don't act surprised that you got this message. Not gonna lie, you're a nightmare to work with around more than Jessi. Have a good life.